Hello and welcome to another review. Today is Kamen Figuarts Kuuga growing form. The white one, Tamashi web exclusive right there. This was released quite a while ago, 2010. Figuarts is the new Figuarts is the new figure series that incorporates the Bandai action figure art under the theme pursuing character expression through humanoid action. Really hard to read on this sort of design. So a photograph of the actual Kuuga suit on the right corner, black and white printing all over, Bandai logo and Toei logo and all that, and a clean window with the figure inside. Pictures of the figure posing these different poses, showing off a few of the extra hands you get with it, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's like on the top, growing form, because its arms in a way. And it got generic warnings and such at the bottom. I got this for really cheap. So I was in Yamate in Hong Kong, and there's this place next to the one of the subway exits called the Inns Point. In Chinese is Yin Si Dim. And this figure second-hand usually goes for 300 Hong Kong or 350, and more so if it's brand new, like 400 or something. Up to 500 I've seen it. This is second hand, but the box is a bit worn, but everything inside is complete, and I spot this again. It's one of the things you look around the mall, everything's quite messy, there's so much stuff in there, but when you spot something that you realize, you go, oh my god, this is like insane. So I got this for 150 Hong Kong, which is like half the price of all the other cheapest ones, and it was just tucked away in the corner, almost out of sight. There are other figures next to it, but it's just in a tiny corner. I guess the seller didn't know how much this thing was worth, according to other shops, but that's how you find things. I found my animated series Batmobile that way. I sort of got the really cheap Luna Joker and Luna metal set that way, and there's one more figure I got that way. That was really cheap. I can't remember. I can't remember. It's always finding figures that tucked away in the back that people have forgotten, and turns out it's the one that you want. And I'm a huge Kuuga fan. I miss Kuuga, and Showa versus Heisei, you got the AR Kuuga doing it, and I'm like, no, I want real Kuuga. I miss the guy, thumbs up and all that. I guess we'll never see him back, just like Hibiki. So yeah, open up the box. Open this side. This is the Japanese version, by the way, because there's no sticker or anything on that. Instructions manual on the back, because I'll be taking photos of all of these and putting it on Facebook. And as you can see, there's really not much going on because it's growing form. He doesn't really have any weapons or anything. It's just him. Yep. Because the older version of the box, so its plastic comes down. So open it carefully. Carefully. Not too hard. Seen worse. So accessory wise, I guess I'll change the camera angle and zoom in and show you guys. Okay, so apart from the fizz hands that are already on the figure, you got thumbs up hands. That's like the most important hand of any Kuuga figure. Henshin hands right there. Sort of spray open hand and relax hands. So let's move right on to articulation. Alright, articulation, double neck joint, so there's a ball peg at the top and ball peg at the bottom. So lots of movement, especially Kuuga growing form. His armor is so small that he's got so much movement. Looking down and looking up, and got a full 360-degree turn. Even as a second hand, it's quite solid still. Oh, this one's different. The shoulder pad is actually glued on. It's not on a swivel peg or anything. That's very different to the other ones, but anyway. So arms can go up that far. I got a full 360 degrees rotation here, full 360 degrees there, and oh, that popped off. Oh, it is on some sort of peg thing. So the shoulder pad fell off because turns out these are painted white red shoulder pads from the Henshin line, and not this figure. So that means that the original guy lost the shoulder pads and used the cheaper toy, shoulder pads from the cheaper toy, and then sold off to the seller. I don't know if the seller did that or if it was the original person. Whatever the reason is, it means this figure isn't technically complete, and it's you really gotta triple check these second-hand figures. So hit and miss if you watch my channel all the way so far. Sometimes I get really good ones, sometimes like this one it's a bit messed up. I guess I'll sand down the cut a hole in the shoulder pads and so they can plug in onto the things for more articulation, but I'm not too upset because this thing is still half the price, and the rest of the figure is fine, so it's just these shoulder pads. Oh well, anyway, articulation, double elbow joint, and can rotate and swivel. Double torso joint, so up, down, left, right. Ooh. Rotation can go that far. Leg joints, just like all the other previous Kuugas. You got the double knee joint with the knee pad. Rotating up, down goes that far because his butt blocks the way. Up and down. Die-cast feet. Toe joint. And sideways swivel, so you can like pretty much say, "Oh, Kuuga, you've broken your leg." And it goes at the bottom. No Kuuga logo, because this is ground form after all, and he's still quite weak, and his neck's like snapped. In terms of molding, aside from the weird shoulder pads, of course. The molding of the actual figure and coloring of the actual figure is really nice. The transparent and compound eyes are really good. Here's pretty much just most of the Kuuga forms are all just identical molds, really, with just slightly different colors and alterations here and there. But overall, if you like the Kuuga molds, if you like one of the Kuuga figures, you'll probably like this one as well. The white growing form is really for those who really like Kuuga, you know, Kuuga, big Kuuga fans, because most people who are just, you know, if they like Kamen Rider, they probably skip on this form. What most people do is they'll get the basic form and then they get the ultimate form, and that's, you know, that's that. But people are probably most likely going to skip this form because the most traditional basic form of Kuuga is Mighty form, the red one. And people tend to forget about the white form. The growing form is like, it's pretty much him before he grows into his proper first form. You know, you got before Mighty form, Pegasus, Titan, and Dragon form. You got growing form, and like I said, this one's really for those who are only here for who really like Kuuga. My gripes with this figure is, like I said, on the figure itself, not the whatever the original owner did to this, is that the arm armor doesn't sort of cuts off. All the Kuuga figures do this, you know, like this this one right here, where it just sort of cuts down there, and you're missing a bit, and that does bug me sometimes, but overall this is still a pretty neat figure. I'm a big Kuuga fan. Double and Kuuga are my favorite riders, so I had to pick this up. I'm gonna do something with those shoulder pads and make them better, and yes, scratch just can't be low. Not much to say really, because it doesn't really come with too much. He's usually quite expensive. If you find him, if you're the type of person who likes his figures to have a lot of accessories, then Kuuga is not for you, because Kuuga's basic forms are very bare in terms of accessory counts. He only has hands. In fact, his accessories is completely identical to the Mighty forms, Amazing Mighty and Mighty, and it's just hands. Even the packaging is a completely identical packaging box. The plastic tray is identical. So if that bothers you, then this isn't the figure for you. But if you like a figure, and it's not the fault of the figure, it's just the design of the rider. He doesn't have accessories. Although one could argue that maybe he should have come with an extra bike handle that he uses later that turns into a sword, but then again that would be for Titan form, so it's not really for this one. Yeah, not too much special about this figure. Usually overpriced, but if you can find them for cheaper, then it's great. So subscribe, just and comment below, and check out the photos, and take care and have a nice day. Bye.